everyone. It's Miss Lindsay from East Brentwood Presbyterian Church, and it is story time for this week. We thought it would be fun this week to try something new, and we're going to do a science experiment instead of a book to tell our story. So our story this week is all about a fancy word called resilience. Lucy, do you think you know what resilience means?
I think it means that, you're trying to fight against something.
Ooh, trying to fight against something. Connor, do you think you know what the word resilience means?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
I think it means Dr. Eggman.
Dr. Eggman, he fights against Sonic the Hedgehog. Resilience is a fancy word that means when things are tough or challenging, we get up and we start all over again. Because we don't always get it right the first time. So we're going to talk today about some ways that we can be resilient and ways that our faith can help us be resilient. So to do that, we have two science experiments planned for you. The first one is a bottle, and it just has some baking soda in it. And you probably have this in your kitchen too. And what Connor's going to do here for us is he's going to add vinegar to the baking soda. You ready? Are you ready, Connor? Can you, oh, that's okay, we got plenty. Can you add half of that vinegar to this bottle? Are you ready? I'm gonna hold it out here because it's gonna get messy.
Okay.
Just half. Pour, 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 pour. Oh my goodness! Ah! Look at that! It makes a mess. It bubbled up and it boiled over. Sometimes when we're frustrated and things are hard, we boil up and bubble over too. Oh, save that for our next one. We can get frustrated and mad. Sometimes we get sad and we feel like we're out of control and there's nothing that we can do. Do you sometimes feel like that at home right now when you can't go out and play and you can't go to school? Yeah, me too. So that's not being resilient, getting so upset that you bubble up and boil over.
Woo!
So let's see what happens when we add something to our experiment. Now, we're going to take this baking soda, and Lucy has something. What do you have, Lucy?
Oil.
Oil, just some cooking oil, and she's going to pour it on top of our baking soda. Can you pour that in there, Lou? Here she goes. Awesome. She added just oil to the top of the baking soda. Connor, can you add our vinegar now and see what happens? Here he goes. Dun, dun, dun. Add the vinegar. Dump all of it in there. Dump it all in there. What happened? What's happening to it, Lucy?
It's bubbling, but it's not going over the top.
Yeah, it's bubbling. Can you hear it, Connor? It's bubbling. There's something happening. You can add all that in there too. It's bubbling and fizzing, but it's not going over the top. Now, we just added too much, so now it's overflowing. But that oil stopped the reaction from bubbling over. Still something happened, but it didn't get out of control until now. So our oil is representing God's love. If we let ourselves be wrapped up in God's love, then even when things are hard and that anger or the fear or the sadness bubbles to the surface, it doesn't get out of control because we trust in God's love and we can be resilient and overcome challenges. I think we have a challenge on our hand to get cleaned up now. So until we see you next time, know that I love you and I miss you and I'm praying for you, and be resilient.